Okay, good morning, good morning. Welcome everybody. Gonna be an interesting day, last day of the month. We've got core PCE later today for the dollar as well. So that's definitely going to be a mover for the day on gold. Now for the pound, we've just had some news come out, some GDP news. Looks like it's coming out pretty good, and GJ is looking overall still pretty bullish here. Not really interested in sells this morning. But with this news, it could definitely help us to get some sort of continuation here. So you can see daily candle extremely bullish. We've started to fill this wick here to the left. Just looking on the daily, you can see we've basically just closed above this resistance. So we've got a pullback here on the lower time frames. Looks like your hourly has formed a support here at about 164,500. I would still like to wait for London Open here for GJ. I think sometimes just waiting for London Open, because yesterday we saw a perfect example of that. Quite a violent pullback there with London Open, grab liquidity, and then you get that nice clean move. Alright, so news just came out for the pound. I think it will still be best to wait for London Open. It's not going to have a major impact, as you can see, nothing really crazy going on. And then the dollar here, your daily candle closed bullish. We've got range back up to 2000. But what I'm interested in here is our weekly candle had no top wick. So we've just come up to create that top wick. And we are actually testing quite an interesting area. If you look here on the hourly, you can see here we had a sell-off from here. And then if you extend this across, we're retesting this previous support area basically as well. It's quite interesting. Most of these fears from the banking crisis that led to these moves to the upside have been priced in. And you can see when we tap into 2000, these strong moves to the downside. Strong rejections off of the 2000s. So I don't think we would break above 2000 unless we had more fear coming into the market, which we don't really just have yet. You can see on GJ, when the yen was acting as a safe haven for a period of time, GJ overall was selling off. And now we've basically faded out that entire move. So if we go back here, I think this was when Silicon Valley Bank collapsed on the 10th of March. And then on the 15th of March was the Credit Suisse bank collapse. And you can see how the yen picked up strength. We had the sell-offs on GJ as yen was acting as a safe haven. That's been faded out already. So I'm expecting similar things on gold, where we eventually start to move back down. But it's a bit of a tricky one. We are still in uncertain times. We could easily get moves to 2000 still and reject there. So just open to either buys or sells here. I think we're sitting at quite an interesting area in price, but obviously we're just ranging right now. Also, last day of the month, not really expecting fireworks, so just taking it slow. GJ 166 today. I don't know. Just taking it as it comes. I think that's a reasonable target here, looking to the left. Obviously targeting the highs here for buys. I think it makes perfect sense. I've got possible buys marked up above 165, 200. If we break above this resistance, then to target the highs to the left there at about 166. Otherwise, looking for support to form, then we can target this resistance created in Asian session at 165, 250. Then yeah, gold just waiting for a breakout here. Current hourly has no bottom wick. Could come back and create that bottom wick. DXY also at quite significant lows here, tapping into about 102 again today and starting to find support there. Oh yeah, I heard that South African central bank came out with a surprise interest rate increase there. I just saw a headline like surprise hawkish. Yo.
Will you have a look
pips.
at it? Yeah. Will you have a look at it on the daily?
Hey, Rand is holding strong here. Yo, I did this analysis here like months ago, if not years ago. When did I do it? Middle of last year. This is literally the analysis I'd put in May. Breaks above 17.5. Oh, it breaks above this level. Could result in a push to 17.5 to 19 Rand. Nearly got to 19 Rand. USDs are analysts of their jokes. There's something about the breakout of this range to the downside that's enticing me. I like this level we're at. Maybe just wait here for the 30-minute candle closure. Must fight 19 Rand for us. I was thinking the same thing. So it's the end of March, end of the first quarter. You know, we're just taking it slow today. But I hope everyone has had a good start to 2023, a good March, and I hope you're ready for Q2 and the new month. Time is really flying like crazy. GJ is just consolidating here. Kind of similar to yesterday. You know, we had that pullback and then we were basically forming support, but it was just consolidation. And then on the break of that resistance took those bars. So if we look at it like that, we could say that there is resistance here. Let's call it 164,750. So potentially a closure above there for the bars. You can see there on the 30-minute, then you've got pretty clean traffic up to 165, 250, about 50 pips. Morning, DJ. DJevski. What about gold? What about it? It's in a range. I remember end of Feb and beginning of March were extremely slow. It hasn't been as slow end of March, but we can still, just anticipate that volume may be pretty dead in the last day of the month. It's also a Friday, so we just need to, sit on our hands until we see higher probability setups. Really no rush today. I'm gonna be here until London Open. If nothing sets up within the next hour, I'm gonna call it a day. And then just come back next week fresh, start the new month fresh, and be ready to go. But these kind of times, you just need to, really buckle down on your patience, your discipline, not be forcing trades. Hey, Farmer Tom, big day? Absolutely not. No, it's end of the month. Could be interesting, but like I say, not expecting fireworks. Total pips for the week. Yeah, I actually haven't updated that. But what I think, only taken like 2 trades here on London session this week. Don't know why my shit's so slow today. $78 pips for the week if you just counting the trades on stream. I blessed you with 1k profits. Hey, you were the one who clicked the button. Well done, bro.
I was choked in my coffee when I read you made me 1k profit, then I lost 2k on US30.
Oh shit. Sorry about that. Don't go gamble your profits away, man. On US30 of all things. Come on. US30 is a different beast. You need to reduce your risk when trading. Things so volatile. And be selective. If you're hopping in and out of something like US30, you know, multiple trades a day, you're gonna get eaten alive. Quan, have you ever tried gambling? No. Other than gambling on myself. Nah, fuck gambling. The thing is, when you go to a casino, the probabilities are against you. As a trader, we work in probabilities. We understand probabilities. It doesn't make sense to go and now put the probabilities against you. It feels like a sin. So, I've been to a casino before, but really, I don't enjoy it. It's a lot of shit. This is my casino, but I am the casino. You know what I mean? I'm the house. I always win. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but I'll always win in the end. Just like a casino. That plain thing on Betway. Oh no, don't tell me that's like that thing that Steve will do it used to do. I used to see clips of that guy playing some plain thing on stake.
that plane thing is probably the worst game you could ever play.
Because it like multiplies your money by so much, doesn't it?
Yeah, and then if you don't pull out in time, it crashes.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
yo. Oh shit. That's a tough one. That's a very tough one. It's like, okay, either flip your account. That's like account flipping. That's literally account flipping. In real time, that's what happens when you flip accounts. Like you might see she's fuck I doubled, tripled, quadrupled my money and then all of a sudden, ooh, it's gone. Next thing you know.
but I was reading, apparently what these guys that were sponsored by these like virtual online casinos were doing was they would like yix the system and then they would win on stream and stuff like that. And then obviously, those clips go viral of them like 100xing their money. And then that was just like, no, they didn't actually do it. They set it up outside of actual money to show that they win. But in actual fact, it wasn't good.
I've also heard something along those lines. And yeah, then like they rig it and the guy who's got all these viewers streaming, he gets a percentage of whatever he wins, because it's actually not like real winnings. It's crazy. Because obviously he's got like millions of viewers, then all of those guys go and gamble. Starting to get that. Just stick to the plan. 9 days sticking to my plan and up over 2%. That's amazing. That really is amazing. Give it another month, and you've basically returned what the stock market would in a good year. Sometimes, this actually came up, I think, yesterday. Sometimes we lose perspective in trading, like what good returns are. If you put your money in the stock market or whatever, something that's, yielding maybe 10% a year, that's decent. That's a decent investment. But as traders, we can do that in a month. But you don't need to do that in a month. You could do 5%, you could do 2%, 3%. That's still going to compound a lot faster than putting your money anywhere else. Funny thing is, it's actually a bit boring, but very rewarding. That's the way it should be. Trading should be boring. It should be. It's not the casino. It's a job. It's a business. If it's exciting, then there might be something wrong. Maybe you're over-risking. I mean, you should, obviously, if you're seeing progress and that, it's good to be excited and happy about your progress. But from a trade-to-trade perspective, like you shouldn't get too emotional about any given trade. Shouldn't be, yeah, fuck, I want to trade. No, just chill. The next one could be a loss. Because when you get overconfident like that, when you get euphoric, your idea of risk goes out the window. You never want to forget the risks. So that's when you stuff up. So rather be boring, stress-free, and just be consistent. Found myself feeling that yesterday on GA, took 95 pips. You know what, when you are feeling really good after a good winning trade, that's probably time to just walk away for a little bit, come back when you've neutralized your emotions and willing to take the next trade for what it is. You know, remember that there are risks involved. If you're feeling overconfident or whatever, you need to just take a step back, like I say, neutralize your emotions. Taking setup that's not on your plan and win will make you very excited because it's literally gambling. Exactly, June. You've got a very good point. Morning look. Ranging. GJ is not looking bad. Yeah, GJ's looking very nice here. Got some volume coming in. That looks really clean on the hourly. 4 hours a bit tough. So yeah, GJ here on the hourly looks really clean. But personally, I like to just wait for London Open for 24 minutes to go. So hopefully we don't really get too much of a push up now. And let's say on the 30-minute we just get a closure above 164.750. That'd be perfect. Guys, give me 2 minutes, I'll be right back. Got 23 minutes here until London Open. So I think GJ's looking like it could be the play here. Gold, you know, we're in a range, in a higher time frame range as well. There's definitely range to move up to 2000, but it's tough, you know. It's very tough. I'm not feeling completely comfortable just being the last day of the month. Pretty low volume. Got that PCE news later on. I don't know, I might even leave gold alone. Just see what GJ does this session. GJ looking nice here. Just needs to sit right there. Right there. Gold. I've just set alerts here on gold. You know, while it's in the range, there's no point of even really focusing on it too much. The more you look at it, the more you might convince yourself of something that's not there. Really, we are just moving sideways. But maybe London Open could bring some volume, give us a breakout. We'll see. GJ moving up here. So break of those highs and we're pushing. But there's still plenty of opportunity. The daily is obviously, you know, bullish here. We've got range to move up to 166 basically. We've actually got way more range than that, but I mean realistically we could easily move into 166 today. So plenty of range. You know, even if we close strong bullish like this on the hourly, your next hourly opens up, gets a nice bottom wick to retest 164.750. That gives us opportunities to get involved. So if the next candle could open up, come form a bottom wick. Would look something like that. I think that looks really clean. But definitely a safer call to wait for London Open. I mean, yesterday we saw it. We saw that pullback, same time. I mean, look at the London Open candle yesterday. Deep bottom wick there. Market execution at 9 AM. Nah, you know what? I would rather miss out on the move. I'll wait for a bottom wick to form. Or use buy stops. If on the 15 minute, you could potentially get something like this. Let's draw out another scenario here. So if you get like a weak bullish candle, this 15 is about to close now. Stop right there. If you get a weak bearish candle like that, and then the next London Open candle, obviously we're anticipating volume. Then, you know, bars on the break of this weak bullish or weak bearish candle. Something like that would be really good. So that's pretty much what I want to see. One of those two scenarios. If I don't see it, you know, I'll probably miss the move here. That's artwork. For GJ as it forms support and hourly. Very nice. Yeah, it is clean. I'm just waiting for London Open. On GJ, I just get a bit skeptical with the Open. I like to wait for 9 o'clock. Will gold go to 2000? I don't know. I really don't know. Can't really predict like that, but we've got range to move up to 2000 above 1983 here. You know, if we do break out of this little range to the upside, yes, you could easily move up to 2000. But when we get there, you know, I'd be looking out for rejections. Obviously a very strong level. There's no real new catalyst to break us above 2000 on gold. But gold is looking clean. If you can close above the resistance here at London Open. "12 minutes to go, let's see what happens." I need to use MetaTrader coming. Binance, it's a what? Are you using Binance to trade? Bro, MetaTrader will change. It'll change your life, I promise you. Who in the chat actually doesn't use MetaTrader? Who uses something like CTrader or I don't know. I don't even know what else is out there really. Let me know in the chat if you don't use MetaTrader, what you use. And what's your, how's your experience with it? MT4. Pretty sure everyone's using MetaTrader, either MT4, MT5. Yeah, MT5, 900. Yeah, MetaTrader is pretty much the standard for retail traders. I wonder what SMC traders use. Since they trade like the banks, they must have like a special platform, right? Surely. You can't, yeah, look, I don't know what you can do on Binance. I don't know what that guy was saying. Sam. I've been trading crypto on Binance. Fucking GJ. Goodness. Okay, GJ missed the move there. Really not much you can do. Whoever took the bars on the hourly break of the highs, very nice. Obviously just be careful of the pullbacks with London Open, but you're looking good here to at least push up to 165, 250. But I mean, I'm completely fine with that. I drew out exactly what I wanted to look for, and I said if it didn't come, I'm not gonna get in. So that's fine. Could still wait for a retest of 164, 750. Otherwise, maybe just waiting for a breakout on gold here. Smile and wave, GJ, smile and wave. Yeah. Cheerio. Bro, your chart markup is very clean. Thank you. Gotta keep it clean, man. You don't want to confuse yourself. Got too many lines, it just gets messy. If it's not the last day of the month, would you buy stop at the resistance anticipating volume? Yeah, potentially. Potentially, I won't lie. Because I think you've got a nice stop loss placement here with this 30-minute candle. I'd probably do it above these highs here though. So something like this. I guess you could do break of previous 4-hour highs. But yeah, just coming into London Open, you know, I want to see that closure above. I think that'll be a safer bet here. There's no real clear higher time frame direction either, you know. We're ranging within a higher time frame range. So to do these kind of aggressive entries, bar stops like this, you're taking on a little bit more risk than usual. GJ is GJ, it does what it wants to do. Yes, sir. GJ doing GJ things. Oh, you meant on GJ. Yeah, break of previous hourly highs, they looked pretty promising. But generally I do like to wait for London Open on GJ. I prefer gold with the pre-London trades, but with London Open, GJ likes to grab liquidity, you know. Sometimes I become the liquidity if I take pre-London trades on GJ, so I mean yesterday that patience really paid, you know. The bars were looking good leading up to London Open, and then we had a pretty strong liquidity grab at London Open before getting that push up. So those bars, there was pretty much no drawdown, you know, just waiting for that perfect setup. Although not every setup's going to be perfect, you know, you have to be willing to be fluid and get creative sometimes. You do want to kind of see or visualize what you want to see beforehand. You know, like I had drawn out these candles before with the 15-minute closing week bearish, or the new hourly forming a bottom wick, which we could still see. You know, we could still see the next hourly come down, retest this level, fill the wick of this previous hourly, and drive up to resistance and look something like this. So it's not to say that there's no more opportunities here. At least we know there's this bullish volume and there is still some range to move up, but just need to wait for price to set up. I think gold might tank. Okay, gold is looking clean here, guys. So, since I've got this annotate thing going today, let's just draw out one last scenario here on gold. Closing above this resistance, I would like to see a bottom wick to retest this previous level at 1983. So I'm expecting to see something like this. I would like to see that bottom wick being formed first. That'll just be a retest of the previous resistance. Give us a little bit more confidence to continue up. Because ideally I would like to be entering with a bar stop. I mean, as you guys know, I use the bar stops and sell stops, so just getting that bottom wick helps us to avoid unnecessary drawdown. Get the bottom wick, place the bar stops in the break of the high, and then get triggered in with momentum to push up to 1987. That's the idea. So we are seeing some volume as we break these highs here to the left. But I mean, you've got 1 minute till London Open. You know, it's ideal to just see this candle close at this point. There's still plenty of range moving up. Looking to the left. Let's just see. 40 seconds. For me, the next option would be on GJ, just to wait for a break above resistance here at 165, 250. Alright, so closed above resistance here, getting that bottom wick as drawn out there. So I'm going to have a bar stop on the flip of this current candle. Basically as it breaks its own high. At 1984.5, I'm going to have a bar stop right there. My stop loss will be below the previous 30 at 1981 flat for about 35 pips. How about GJ? Nah, you know what? We've already filled the majority of this range. There's not much range left to this resistance. So not really too desperate to squeeze out anything more from this range. I'd either wait for a break above 165, 270, or still just possibly wait for a deeper pullback, even a lower time frame entry. You know, if we get a retest of 164, 750. Something like that. My bad. Thanks, Tristan. Still stuck in the 1800s here on gold.
But I mean, if you can manage to get a spot from the 1800s, I'll be very happy.
I'll take them.
Yeah.
If we do break below previous 30-minute candle lows, you know, that's just indicating a lack of volume to the upside. If we're closing back below the resistance, also just indicating a lack of volume to the upside. And then I'll delete these bar stops. But based off the 30-minute candle closing above resistance, London Open just giving us a little bit of a retest of this area. Once this candle flips, I would anticipate that volume to at least push us up to 1987. But it looks like we might not have that volume. But I mean, this is why you can see waiting for closures is crucial. And doing the bar stop, you know, bar stops and sell stops getting activated in with that momentum can save you from drawdown here. Because if you saw the closure above and thought, okay, market execution, bars, you know, that would be an unnecessary 17 pips of drawdown. Not the end of the world, sure. But still, you know, if we get activated in with the bar stops like this, we've avoided that drawdown. And hopefully with that momentum, once we flip bullish, you know, we might not even get any drawdown in that position. GJ giving us a retest. Look, I've committed to gold. GJ here, you would need to get creative on the lower time frames. Wait for maybe a 5-minute support in that area. It's a little bit tricky. Yeah, just wait. Wait for price to set up here. Slightly deeper pullback and support formed on the 5-minute. You know, that would look clean. Otherwise, even this 30-minute just flipping bullish. It's just that there's not a whole lot of range moving up. 15 pips. And if you had to use current candle stops, about 30 pips. So you'd have a 30 pip stop loss, and you've got resistance, 15 pips away. It's just a bit tough. The R is not there. Basically getting a retest of this resistance right here. Looks pretty good. Yeah, we look good here. Why are we doing this sheep? Huh? Five-minute day closes bullish. If you're breaking the lows of that previous candle, previous 5 minute, that's kind of indicating to me that there's not a whole lot of volume here to the upside. So at this rate, these buy stops may get deleted. But let's see how the 15-minute candle closes. 3 minutes. Anything can happen in 3 minutes. Can you please put the watermark on the screen? I've literally put this on here to accommodate for you guys. I really don't like the middle watermark. It throws me off, man. It's disgusting. Looks really ugly. I don't know if I can make this thing any bigger for you. Huge. Let's make it huge. No, wrong one. Symbol position. Man, I've already got the symbol settings here on huge. So I've got this thing as big as it can go. The biggest I can do, bro, sorry. Bro, I've taken trade, but now in loss, what do I do? Well, if it's still running in a loss, then price is telling you that it may continue that way, just close the trade. If you feel that way, you should probably just close the trade anyway. Come back next week. Take the weekend to refresh your mind. Go enjoy yourself. And just, you know, prepare for the new month. If you've taken a loss, just walk away. What do you mean, what next? What to do? Just hold that L, bro. Can you send charts? Yeah, yes, you can send charts. The Discord link is in the video description, the free Discord. You'll see there's a channel for community charts in that Discord server. What do you think about NZD CAD? 15-minute year closed bearish, back below this resistance. I'll give it another 5 minutes or so, but might end up deleting here. No volume. No volume. You see, this is what I don't like about having too many indicators in that. Yeah, not just too many indicators, but like when your charts are a little bit too much, there's too much on the chart. You can convince yourself of just about anything. The thing is, it looks like we are actually still ranging there. But I see that's a 4-hour time frame, so let's see. You know, maybe you've got confluences on an hourly, but 4-hour looks like you're just ranging. Yeah, I'm deleting these buy stops on gold. Looks like we're breaking previous 15-minute lows. So we closed above here on the 30-minute. but didn't really have the volume to come back and flip bullish. So I'm deleting these buy stops. Just taking it for what it is. Not enough volume. GJ also just not enough volume to continue up. You know, this is the kind of stuff you can expect at the end of the month, you know. Alright, so GJ, gold, both ranging. Guess we're looking at NZD CAD today. Okay, so like macro, we do look pretty bearish here. Weekly look good to drive down. Yesterday we closed bullish, a little bit tough. Not the clearest. Pretty choppy on the daily. Okay, but yeah, we've basically just looking at the structure. Had a break and retest of this kind of support here. Yeah, that doesn't look bad, bro. Really doesn't look bad. It's just this pair, dude. This is obviously just the whole range. But it looks like it trends quite nicely, eh? Like when it moves, it just goes. And then you get quite deep pullbacks, sets up again. Get quite clean moves. Fuck, gents. This is a game changer. Look how clean these moves are. Nah, I don't think I'll move from gold or GJ. I had a feeling gold was tanking earlier. Yeah, there was something I liked about the break of 1978 for sales. But you know, just taking price for what it's telling you, that closure above resistance with volume, you could easily anticipate a move up. But you saw the way I approach it with the buy stops, avoiding getting triggered in without that extra confluence. So we didn't have the volume there to push on higher, so there was no trade executed. And now it's just a matter of patience. I would probably remove these buy ideas now. And with the rejections, they are actually... I'm really enticed by the sells because higher time frame are more bearish than bullish. And all we've done this morning is actually come up and create a top wick for the weekly finally. Because here was your weekly high. We didn't have a top wick on the weekly candle. We've just created a top wick for the weekly. Kind of retested some previous structure here. So I won't lie, I like the idea of sells. And there's lots of volume coming in here. But yeah, I mean, I was open to buys or sells, whichever way we broke out of this range. So, obviously just staying adaptive today. But, you know, taking the time to just wait for those extra confluences as well. So no trades just yet. Buy stops were deleted. And let's see, nice volume here to the downside. could get the breaks below. So if your 30-minute candle could close below 1978, new 30-minute comes up, creates a nice steep top wick, I'm game here for sales. GJ looks like just trash. Just trash. Complete trash. Bro, what the fuck is that? 50 pips up and down. Yeah, just leave it alone. GJ is horrible today. If you caught the buzz earlier, you know, just that is a good trade. I hope you secured something. But that's London Open for you on GJ. That's kind of what I was wanting to avoid. You could still get that lower time frame setup here, just pulling back a little bit deeper than expected. Maybe even retest 164,500. GJ belongs to the streets. Tell me about it, bro. Seriously. Good stuff, Cafe de Flore. In and out, in and out.
It looks like both pairs are setting up for April Feast tomorrow. And
Yeah, you could say that. So this area, I'm just staying out of. It's a sticky one. This was basically the level that I marked up in the very beginning of the stream, where we saw sell-offs from this area before on the 21st of March. And then we actually, when we broke this, we formed a level here, and when we broke that level again on the 24th, we had another sell-off. So pretty interesting area. There's a lot of people right now with gold bars and the TP set at 2,000. A lot of people. They will be my liquidity. I'm just playing. Who knows, you could go to 2,000 still. I think gold might even just want to see how this news is coming out later for the dollar, this core PCE. You know, that might give us a little bit more direction. This is what the Fed looks at to gauge inflation. Should say it here. It's a Federal Reserve's primary inflation measure. So, you know, we don't really see this do too much, but it should have some impact on sentiment, maybe bring some direction. If numbers are higher than previous and higher than forecasted, I would expect those sells to come in on gold. Feb 24th. Yeah, you see the previous core PCE, it was in and around here. Pretty much nothing happened. But yeah, numbers were higher than expected, and you did see a little bit of a continuation to the downside there. If numbers are lower than previous, lower than forecasted, you know, you could potentially then see 2000. I don't know if it's going to bring that much volume, but that's the way I'm looking at it. I think if the markets are waiting for that, you know, that's going to determine which way we break out of this range potentially later on. What levels do you think gold will close at? 2000 or 1980? It's not really something I can say. I say 19. This is ridiculous, you know, like, I'm only doing this because it's very slow today and I'm bored. But it's not really something that I'd normally entertain. But I'm going to say 1950. That's where I think gold is going to close. That's a complete gamble. You need to react, not predict. Who knows? Could close at 1800. Could close at 3000. But this is looking nice. "30 minutes looks like it will close below this support level." Lots of volume to the downside. I do want to see a top wick on this current candle, because that's probably what I'll be using for my stop loss. Let's see. Yeah, if we can get a nice steep top wick and then come and break the lows, that'll be great, because there's plenty of volume. I'm happy to use current candle stops in this scenario if we get a big enough top wick. But yeah, not rushing, just waiting for that top wick to be formed, because that'll basically determine the stop loss here. Hey, if that's it, then I think she's gone.
It'd be lovely for gold to pull back into something like 1979.7.
Even 1980 flat would be nice.
Yeah.
I was just looking at this now. Imagine current candle stops now 10 pips. I would have no faith in that. That could be it. Goodness me. The issue here for me was the stop loss. You know, where could I have put the stop loss? That's the thing. Maybe scaling in using low time frame structure here above 1980. It's pretty tough. You know, I wasn't going to use previous candle stops. That's like 50 pips. and there's only about 30 pips moving down here. So I would have liked to have seen a slightly steeper top wick there, but the idea was there. We got that top wick. As you broke the lows, that volume just came in hot. But with moves like this, just be quick to, you know, secure some of your profit. But this looks good. I could wait for a retest even. What is the volume profile for this candle? I'm really not too sure. If GJ could give like a 15-minute bullish candle off of this 164.750 level, that'll look pretty good. Basically had a break and retest now of that resistance there. Just because we missed that initial push doesn't mean that you've missed it. That was about 13 pips. Not the end of the world. If this hourly, you know, closes below 1978, that's an even better confirmation. Then you hourly form a top wick, exactly same story, looking for the same thing there. And I think that's going to be a slightly cleaner setup. I've also got this hourly candle from yesterday with no bottom wick. You know, we should come down into 1975, at least with this kind of volume. There's a fun competition for you guys. Predict the monthly closure of the gold candle at the start of the month. Hey, okay. Actually, that's a good idea. Winner's not getting a Lambo though. It's just for fun. Let's do that. Let's all predict where the monthly candle will close on gold. Just for fun. Don't let it affect your trading. Just for enjoy. Let's see. Okay, so everyone in the chat, I will see on the YouTube, you know, on the YouTube chat, you know, I'll be able to go back and have a look. So just remember what number you said, and then we can come back next week and have a look. You mean today's or next month? No, today. It's the last day of the month, so we're predicting the closure of today's monthly candle. Fuck. That's tough. Okay, personally I say 1950. We've got 2000, 1980, 1965, 1970.
I've got 1956. Yeah.
1956. So far, you and I are the most outlandish, I think, in 2000. So closest to, yeah, the closest guess wins a Lambo.
Send you one of those toy ones.
Farmer Tom says he's gonna give the winner a Lambo.
He's got to save up for Everton first. Yeah.
Oh shit. Bro, Everton is like, that's thousands of Lamborghinis worth. Sure you can buy one Lamborghini along the way for chat. 1966. Even on the 5-minute, this was tough. Current 5-minute had no top wick. It's lots of volume. You were either in or you weren't. Very tough. Gold leaving no prisons. I just couldn't see myself with the 10 pip stop loss. TJ, don't overthink it, man. 1959, 1990. What advice would you give when you're minus almost 5% of your 3-stage evaluation? I'm not too sure what a 3-stage evaluation is. I've only seen the 2 phases, so what's the 3rd stage? Regardless of the parameters, the variables, the targets, the time restrictions, I'm still going to tell you the same thing. But I would love to know, what is stage 3? I would say just focus on trading well. Whether you've got 1 day, 2 days, 3 days left of your phase and you're down, you feel like you're not going to reach your target, just continue to trade well. If you try and over risk now and fuck it up, maybe you pass, but then those habits that you're instilling, it's going to carry you over to when you get the live account, and you're just going to go and lose the live account anyway. So if you're struggling to find consistency, and you're busy fighting with these funded challenges, rather take a step back from them, go and find your own personal account and get consistent on a personal account. Until you are consistent on a personal account, maybe 3-6 months of profitability, then you can look at the funded again. But don't go and do something now and start to form bad habits just because you want to reach a target. I know obviously that's your primary goal right now, that's your focus, but that's the stuff up. That's where you're going wrong. That's what's putting pressure on you, that's what's making you trade like this. That's why you're in drawdown, because you're feeling the heat, you're feeling the pressure. So what you need to do is just accept the situation you're in. Try your best to remove that pressure. Take yourself out of the box that they've put you in with these targets and drawdown restrictions. And just focus on trading well. Focus on putting in the next trade. Think with a long-term perspective. %5. How much time do you have? I'm guessing you have at least a month. You should have enough confidence in yourself if you're consistent that you can do 5% in a month. If not, then back to the live account. No more funded. Get consistent. $19.50 DJ. I said 1950. 1950.10. Gold is a tricky one, yeah. Closing bullish for sure, 1988. Alright. I think it's going to depend on that PCE data. Unless we just see this volume come in now, we continue moving down, which I'm kind of anticipating here. I mean, if we break and hold below 1975, 1974.5, I see it very difficult for gold to continue back up bullish for the day. Okay, so everyone put your crystal balls away. Hourly closes in 14 minutes. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna be right back. Hey Rob, you got a charter today. They better tip you well, bro. Yeah, DJ, you really snaked me on that one. Thought we were friends, bro. Man had to go 0.1 more than I did. We'll see. I'm sure it'll close 1950 on the dot. At least 40k tip, otherwise they'll be poisoned. Yes, yes. So Rob, how big is the boat you're working on? 34 meters. They got their dogs on there as well, that's crazy. Rich people things. One day. One day, one day, one day. Would 0.5% risk be viable right now? I will aim for 3% per day. No, As soon as you put yourself, put a daily target for yourself, there's problems. That's a big issue. Wrong perspective. You need to take what the market gives you. Play the probabilities. You cannot just aim for some target in a day. You're going to fall short one day, and when you start to chase that target, you're going to start seeing that you'll dig yourself a hole. You can't have a daily target. You can't have any targets. You need to just trade. You need to have an edge. You need to have a long-term perspective, and just take it trade by trade. Take each and every trade for what it is, what the market gives you. And that's it. When you put daily targets on yourself, there's big issues.
But that's also just putting yourself in a box. I mean, if you do have an amazing day where price is just going, there's absolutely no reason to close out your trade, and you cut off at 3%. I mean, you could even talk yourself out of the upside, which is also a bad thing.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many scenarios where it's gonna be a bad thing, but at the end of the day, yeah, you're putting yourself in a box. You can't trade like that. The one way I've put it before is that these funding companies, when they give you targets to reach in a certain amount of time, They've put you in a box. You need to do whatever you can to get out of that box. So what I mean by that is put steps in place to follow for yourself that takes the pressure off of you. So now the thing is, they've got a target for you and you've given yourself a daily target. Now you in a box inside of the box that they've already given you. You're going backwards. You need to take your time and just do the right things. Focus on one trade at a time. Don't overtrade, don't over risk. Just develop good habits. That's the thing, these challenges, you know, when you start to do funky things just to pass the challenge, you're developing bad habits. And that's a problem. In the long term, that's a problem. Because maybe you do pass this challenge. Maybe you do something, you break one of your rules, you set in a bad habit, you pass the challenge. Feels good, right? But the reality is, it's setting you back. Because now you've made that bad habit concrete. And it's there to stay. Now there's issues. Rather just do things correctly the first time. You'll save yourself a lot of time. New traders are always thinking about Lambos. I was there. You grow out of it and focus on the right things. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, Ruben, I mean, a lot of the things you're saying makes me think that you're quite new in your trading journey. And like I say, in order to actually benefit from these funding companies, you need to be consistent already. So, you know, see how this one goes. Do the right things. See if you pass. I mean, that'll be great if you do. I would like to see you pass that challenge. But I don't want you to do the wrong things and then you set yourself up for failure in the long term. Or let's not say failure, but just a very rocky road. Trading for 4 months, bro, no. Whether you get on that funded account or not, you're going to lose it at some point. You are brand new in your trading journey. Brand new. You've got a long way to go, bro. Don't worry, it's fine. We all start somewhere. But don't waste your time with these funding companies. You need to get consistent first. Otherwise, you're wasting your time and money. Going around in circles, setting yourself up with bad habits. That's a terrible, terrible place and a terrible way to start. I only did my first funding challenge, I think, after 2 years of trading. And plenty of live trading. I don't even think I traded demo for like a month. I just went straight into it. Started losing money straight off the bat. Learning the hard way. Jared, how long did you trade demo for when you first started? Do you remember?
Me?
Yeah.
Never.
Never, eh?
I never traded a demo like, okay, cool, I'm gonna trade demo, try to like build it. I used it to understand like MetaTrader. I used a little bit to see how lot sizes worked, but I traded for like a few days in high school, but I never sat down and took a demo account and was like, boom, you know what, I'm going to trade it. Because one thing that I realized early on is trading's the easy part. With the psychology, that's the hard part.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna waste 6 months or a year trading demo, and then you're like, okay, cool, let me start trading, you're basically starting fresh. So
Yeah.
understand the platform on the demo, put in the lots, see how money moves, but you have absolutely no like ties to this money. You know, whether you lose it or not, boom, let's say you blow the demo account, you just go on your broker new demo account, you send your password, you in. But with money, you work, you fund, you go, you get what I mean? So I never took demo trading, would never took it seriously. Most of them.
Yeah, no, also never. I'm glad I never. I mean, learning the hard way, it definitely, you know, shapes you. Like you've mentioned now, and I also say it, that the real skill is in how you manage your emotions and your psychology. It's easy to see where price is going. You know, it's easy to mark up support and resistance. Say, okay, above this level, we're going to go up. Below this level, we're going to go down. Just like with pattern recognition. Essentially, what we're looking at here are also patterns. Even though I'm trading price action, I'm not looking for head and shoulders. You know, I'm still looking at the same setups on a daily basis. It's still patterns, essentially. But to be able to execute on that and do it consistently and be profitable consistently, that comes down to how you're managing your emotions and your psychology and your mindset as a whole. So that's where the skill really lies. And you're not going to learn that on a demo. So I 100% agree. Demo is really just to figure out how to use MetaTrader, figure out the lots and your risk.
And somebody now in the chat says, I've been trading demo consistently for 2 years and it's been 4 years since I started trading. Honestly, if you could have just put the minimum deposit on a broker and traded at 0.01, you'd be so much further than you are now. Honestly, you'd have a better understanding of your psychology. You'd have monetary gain because I mean you can't withdraw from the debt, sadly. So definitely, if you're looking to demo path, I'd rather minimum I possibly could and use the smallest lot size I possibly could. Try to restart.
Man says he's not consistent on the demo yet. You know what? That's
I
fine.
would say for
If you're not even
yeah, okay.
consistent on the demo yet, then maybe it's a good approach for you. Some people, they need to find something that works for them on a demo first. You know, I don't know, bro. I think by now you should see some sort of consistency coming in there. Unless you're following the wrong people, got the wrong approach to trading. I don't know, what mistakes can you make on a demo? Like, there's really no emotional attachment. You shouldn't be over trading or over risking on you probably do over risk on a demo. Bro, I don't even know. You know what, hats off to you. 2 years trading a demo. I think it's time to make the move. Put a little bit of money into a live account, even if you trade at 0.01. Maybe it'll change things up for you. Maybe you'll take it a bit more seriously. I don't know, bro. I don't even know what to say. I've never heard of someone trading a demo for 2 years. That's patience, though. That's true patience. Everyone has their own timeline, you know. Some guys they'll take like 10 years to get consistent, and that's fine. Everyone's on their own path. Don't compare yourself or anything to anybody else. Take your time. Some people maybe need to take that approach where they do the demo, you know, find a consistent strategy for them on the demo. But like I said, at the end of the day, the skill is really in your emotions and your psychology. But I guess, you know, you can't ignore the fact that if you're not consistent on demo yet, then you clearly don't have a strategy that is consistent. So that is something you need to figure out for sure. Hey, good stuff, Robert. Yeah, no, it's good to obviously figure it out and get familiar with trading. I was angry when I won because it wasn't real money. Hey, poor Tom. Basically filled this range here that I was looking to use as a vantage point for sales. Tapping into this previous resistance, seeing some reactions here. I think I must just call it a day. Because if we form support here, then yeah, we could easily move back up. I think breaks below 1975, I'd be interested in the sales there. It's a little bit tricky right now. The 4-hour candle closes in 54 minutes. DXY is extremely strong today, bouncing off of the support. GJ, look at GJ. Tom, you're wild. Kumar, no worries, bro. I take my hats off to you for your dedication. Just keep at it, dude. Keep at it. It'll come around. But I think you need to get onto that live account.
My second demo accounts, I was risking huge lots and eventually turned into 8 million. You imagine that. You call your broker, okay, listen, guys, I just want 1%. That's all I want. Just 1%.
Yes. Imagine.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say we save our bullets for New York today.
Yeah. Alrighty. Yeah, gents. Tricky day here. Look at GJ. All over the place. Gold was pretty tough, you know. We closed below support here on the 30 minutes, had a lot of volume. Didn't really get the top wick I wanted. Reason being I was waiting for that top wick was stop loss. I needed a stop loss. Using previous candle highs was like 70 pips. And I just wanted a slightly steeper top wick on that candle. Didn't come. But anyway, we had that bearish volume tapped into the initial target that I was looking at. So I'm not too sure where to from here. I think it's best to just possibly come back during New York. Like I say, if we break below 1975, I could see further downside. But you might want to wait for the 4-hour candle to close. You know, that's going to give you some direction. If you are closing bearish on the 4-hour, then, you know, maybe new 4-hour you get a top wick retesting 1978 to fill the wick here, and then possibly move down to 1950 where I've predicted that the weekly candle would close. Okay, all jokes aside, obviously just be careful today with end of month. You know, rearranging this morning, had a little bit of volume come in here, but not doing too much. GJ also just ranging. Take it easy today, guys. Let's come back beginning of next month strong, in a good mind space. So take it easy today. Safe trading. I'll see you next month. Cheers.